kind of getting under his wing and learning some different aspects of the 4-H. So I think that's kind of the sum for my summer.
Awesome. Thanks, Bryce. I knew you'd be able to answer that question because I knew he was a repeat or return. So the next up on my screen is Washakie County.
Hi, my name's Taylor Warner. I am born and raised in Worland, and I really looking forward to the new experience this year. So
great. Thanks, Taylor. Next, I am seeing Laramie County.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I am in Laramie County with Becky, obviously. I am from Sterling, Colorado, so a tiny little town way that way. I'm most excited for, I've only been here for 2 hours and already got my first project. My project is to make a swine clinic for our little 4-H kids, so I'm already starting to work on making a swine clinic for those kids, so excited about that.
Awesome, thank you. So next in order on my screen is Amanda in the Wind River Reservation.
Sorry, took me a while to unmute. Hi, I'm Myers. I'm from here, born and raised in the Fort Washakie, EPD, Riverton Lander area. I'm most excited about learning about the 4-H program and how it runs internally. I've got a 4-H club that I'm beginning and building, and I've got a reg program that I've been working on since last fall, and I've been working with Amanda off and on, and I'm just really excited to learn how everything moves and functions effectively.
Awesome. Thank you and welcome. So next on my screen is Sheridan.
Hi, I'm Blake Twine. I'm here in Sheridan. I'm from Montana, but now in Buffalo. I'm really looking forward to seeing just new experiences, making new connections with new people around here in Sheridan, and seeing what everything Sheridan 4-H has to offer.
Great. Welcome. Thanks, Blake. Next, Park County.
Tycee doesn't have a microphone.
Oh, I forgot about Tycee. Can everybody read that? So she's in the chat box. So Tycee, I think I'm just going to break down and have a microphone shipped to your office. So is it Bree or Bry? Bree. Can everybody read her lips? Okay, so I think she's looking forward to what goes behind the scenes to put it on county fair. Great. Thank you. So let me see who's next up there. Casper.
Hi, I'm Josh Bliss. This is the second time I've taken this internship. I'm really excited to be back on. I'm looking forward to doing some culvert bed activities, and then we're also going to be doing some fly fishing activities through this summer. So all kinds of fun things, and I just can't wait to get started on them.
Awesome. If you need any help fly fishing, let me know. I'll be right there, okay?
I'll be sure to call you.
Thanks.
You just moved to the top of the list, Warren.
Sweet. Okay, next one down I see is Emily.
Hey, I'm Emily. I'm from Lebanon, Tennessee, so the whole other side of the United States. I'm most excited about the photo clinic that we're doing in Yellowstone at the end of May. And I'm also excited about learning the difference between Tennessee 4-H and Wyoming 4-H. And I'm in the Bighorn County 4-H program.
Bighorn. Great. Thank you, Emily. So the next one I see is Maddie.
Hey guys, I'm from Lusk, Wyoming. I was born and raised here, so I'm doing my internship here. And I think the most exciting thing will be working with all the kids with their animals in 4-H, because that was my favorite part when I was a kid. So, yeah.
Great. And you are?
Maddie Pfister.
Great. Oh, you said that. Maybe I just missed it. Thank you very much. I see a phone. Is there somebody on the phone?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Great. So then we'll go to two sitting here next to me. We'll start with Emily.
I'm Emily. I'm originally from near Santa Barbara, California, and I am most excited to see the difference between California 4-H and Wyoming 4-H.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I'm from Jackson, Wyoming, but I'm doing my internship here in Laramie at the university. And I'm most excited to work with the 4-Hers and kind of show them the opportunities that 4-H has to offer.
Great, thank you. So we're going to jump into it. There's a couple things that I want to just make sure everybody's on the same page and understands. There's two different kind of components of the internship. And I'm going to talk more about detail, but the first one is the actual course. And I'm going to go through some of the things that is requirement for the course that you all sign up for. And the second part is the kind of the day-to-day work. So kind of two different things. It will be a repeat for some of those that have done the internship before, but that's okay. You'll make sure that we'll get it. And so the first thing I want to do is make sure that everybody can see my screen. Can everybody see the PowerPoint that we're running? Give me a nod, a thumbs up, something. Great, thank you very much. So those are kind of the two main topics I wanted to discuss. So the first one, I'm going to start out with the course. So everybody knows that it is a requirement for the internship that you sign up for at least 1 credit. It is a variable credit. I want to make sure that everybody understands that. 1 to 4. Quite a few people signed up for the more than 1, but a few signed up for 1, which is perfectly fine. But the thing that I want to make sure that everybody understands, though, is the system defaults to 1 credit. So if you wanted to sign up for more, but you're still only signed up for 1 credit, you need to manually do that. And we can give you instructions of how to manually adjust your credits. But I want to make sure that everybody understands. That was the very first thing we want to make sure that people, I don't want people working through the whole entire summer thinking they're signed up for 4 credit, and at the end they're only 1. Then we have to go through the whole entire process to get that changed with the registrar's office here on campus. So if you would, log on to your WildWeb, double check that you're signed up for the number of credits that you want. Okay. The other thing I'll mention too is that anytime if anybody has any questions about something specific, you can just go in the chat box. You can just interrupt me. Just make sure you unmute yourself, and I'll be happy to take those questions as we go through. So the next thing is all of the interns should have a copy sent them of the portfolio that they'll complete based on their credits. If you don't have those, shoot me an email and I will resend that to you. You should have all got the portfolio and the course syllabi at the same time. The one thing I want to make sure that everybody understands with the portfolio is there are 4 sections of the portfolio. So 1 for each credit that you signed up for. So if you sign up for 1 credit, you'll just complete section 1. If you sign up for 3, you'll complete section 1, 2, or 3. Okay, so that's simple. Hopefully everybody understands that. That's what will be required of you to submit. The end of the semester is actually, I have to have grades in by August 16th, which is the Friday that we'll all be at the Wyoming State Fair. So we need to either, number 1, have your portfolio either emailed to me ahead of time, or you can deliver it to me on Monday or Tuesday, whichever day you show up in Douglas for the State Fair. That'll give me a chance, a couple of days to look at it, talk to your supervisor before we do final grades. But I need to make sure and get those grades in. If not, what they'll do is they'll either give you an incomplete or something like that, and then I have to go through the whole process to get those changed. So make sure you get those portfolios in. I'd prefer that you'd email them if you can do them electronically. Almost everything we do now will be completed electronically. So if you can email those to me, that would be terrific. But if you really, really, really want to do paper in a little binder, I'll take those at State Fair as well too. Okay. So any questions before I move on about any of the credit or the portfolio requirements? Hearing none. I don't think there's, with the syllabus, I don't think that there's much to talk about. The only thing is you can take a look in there is how the grade is situated. And I want to just kind of make sure to understand that the grade is a combination of kind of your day-to-day work experience. And so I will contact each of your supervisors to get a report on that. What combination with that plus your portfolio. So I'll take a look at your portfolios, go there, and we'll come up with what your final grade will be. So that's how we'll determine grades. That's how we'll actually determine everything that you need for the course associated with this internship. So the next thing we're going to make sure that we cover is the actual, we call it the job experience. And this is kind of your day-to-day, weekly work that you actually receive pay for. Okay, so we want to make sure that everybody understands that. Our goal with the job experience is to kind of give you a snapshot of what a typical summer would be for a 4-H educator. And so hopefully you'll see that there's a lot that goes into it. Oftentimes there's communication through newsletters, through newspaper. There's event planning. A lot of you do 4-H camps. You do camps, clinics, contests. You'll do, hopefully you'll have a chance to do some education at any of these events. So as you'll see that there's a lot that goes into it. We want to basically kind of give you a snapshot. Now, the one thing that I do want to add is we've designed the portfolio so you're actually kind of course grade, course assignment to mirror some of those things that you would do as part of your normal daily job. Okay, so we want to make sure that they can kind of go hand in hand. The thing that we want to make sure that you do is don't wait to do the portfolio until the very end. Okay, as you work through it, there's stuff that you'll also do that will benefit you, the program, your educator in the county, so they can do. For example, one of the assignments, and I remember what section it is that you'll need to do a news release or a newsletter article. And so we want to make sure all the educators know too that that's kind of one of the assignments. So make sure that we kind of give them an opportunity to write that. Number one, give them experience, benefits you, but also a way to help advertise, promote things that are going on in the county as well too. So that's just kind of one example of things. So look at that portfolio early and kind of start working through it as you do throughout the summer, so you can kind of plan when you want to get some of those assignments done. Okay, so hopefully all your educators have given you your office schedule. The one thing that I wanted to mention, we call it professional scheduling within Extension. So as you'll probably figure out that there'll be quite a few weekends, there'll be some night events. Excuse me. So we want to make sure that you're keeping track of your schedule, because our goal isn't to have you work 50, 60 hours a week. Our goal is we want you to put in, you know, a normal 40, maybe if you put in a few more than that, kind of depending on the week. So that means that if you have an event that's going to be over the weekend, I'm thinking if there's camps, clinics, contests, anything like that, that you also kind of balance that and take some days off during the week as well. So that's what we consider professional scheduling. So the thing is also too that there's, all of you are considered for the summer at least a salaried position. So basically, I think it was $560 a week. So the bottom line is if you put in more hours than 40, you're going to get $560. If you put in less hours than 40, you're going to get $560. So that's why it's important that you kind of balance your schedule working with your educator. Okay. So really what I want you to do is just kind of keep track of those and kind of work those out. I imagine just like here in the state office, all of you in the county absolutely know, here's some of the major events that are coming up that we're going to definitely need time. And so kind of get those scheduled so you can kind of start figuring out those other times that if you do need to take some time off. Number one, I mean, this time of year, all of you are college students. You've all got friends that are getting married, having babies, graduating. I don't know. I'm just thinking of anything else. Family reunions, all of those type of things that you'll want to make sure that you get to. So make sure you schedule those in. Everybody knows when those time off that you need, so you can kind of work those around the other 4-H events and things that are happening throughout the county. So pause, any questions so far about those that we've discussed? So there's either no questions or you're muted and you're just talking and I can't see your mouth moving. So I'm going to assume we'll go with no questions. Okay, so talk about scheduling, make sure you get those worked out early. The other thing too is so part of all of the interns are paid from the state extension office. And so part of our portion of that we would like is assistant at state 4-H events. Those are mainly at Wyoming State Fair, okay, and at Showcase Showdown. The assistance that we required at Showcase Showdown is less because oftentimes you're working with your own county, your own teams, individuals, either chaperoning, coaching, any of those type of things that you're doing with your own county. Oftentimes your educator will also have a role that they're doing at Showcase Showdown. So we'd very much like you to assist them in whatever they need to make sure and get those done first. But if you do know you're going to be at Showcase Showdown and would like to help out, we will always find a place for people to assist either at one of the different contests, events, or anything that's going on there. We can put you on there. This isn't something that we would schedule you for the whole entire 3 days. It would probably just be, one single event or something like that deal with us. Now, the Wyoming State Fair, that is different. There is kind of the dual role as well too, but you'll be going kind of supporting your county. But throughout the week, we'll also schedule you for helping at different events and activities. Like for example, we have judging of all of our judging of all of our exhibits. We have our livestock judging contest that will happen at the same time. We have all the wonderful animal shows, the ones that we handle, and that includes cat show, dog show, those type of things. All of the other livestock shows really are kind of put on and handled by the Wyoming State Fair. There are opportunities to volunteer and assist with those, some of those large animals, if that's something that you're into. But the ones that we will schedule will be all of the 4-H events. Okay. That could even include fashion review if anybody's into fashion and fabric, anything like those type of things. There'll be opportunities for you to sign up and volunteer with those. You might get scheduled on something that you didn't volunteer for. That's just kind of the nature of the work. We still need help on other areas too. So Sarah is the volunteer development specialist in our office. She's actually the one that's going to be scheduling for Showcase Showdown and for State Fair. So she'll be sending out some of those sign-up sheets for you to assist in those areas as well too. So questions about state events and responsibilities or things that you'll maybe need to help out with there? So I'm thinking we probably caught everybody on the first day, and so they didn't even know what questions to ask or what to do, but that's perfectly fine. Hopefully, if you have questions that come up after the fact, your educator doesn't know, you can always contact me later or two. The other thing, I just want to make sure that everybody understands. So for all of the counties, the travel is paid for by your county. Okay, so hopefully that they've been able to build that into their travel budgets when they applied to host one of the interns, supervise one of the interns. So just want to make sure that everybody kind of understands that. So that would include all of the state events that you participate in. Like I say, mainly your first focus is with county, making sure you're supporting the county and getting everything that is needed there. And then opportunities to, we'll sign you up for opportunities to support from the state event. So travel, internship. Next, so that is all I have for our slides. So questions, comments, anybody has that you wanted that we can answer that I didn't cover at this time? I'm seeing none. So the last thing I want to do is make sure that I just want to remind everybody to go on and check their credits. I think that the only one right now that has not signed up for the course, at least for the credits, is Tamara in Wind River. So make sure that you do that pretty soon. If you need assistance with that, we'll get that taken care of. We'll get you some help. So last call, questions, comments, anything that people need before we sign off. Great, hearing none. Hopefully you will all enjoy your summer. One thing is we want to make sure that everybody understands that there are really, really enjoyable parts of our job with the Wyoming 4-H program. One thing that I will always add that anybody asks me of what's my most enjoyable part is on about any given day, we can kind of do something, we can be creative, we can schedule something. So there's a lot of positives for the job. My hopefully you won't get burned out. Our goal is that at the end of the summer, you'll have a positive experience about the Wyoming 4-H program, at least in the summer. So for all the educators that are on, make sure you take note of that and give them some of the fun stuff that they can do as well as some of the our mundane day-to-day tasks that we're just required to do. So Josh has already got fly fishing built in there. Is that something you like to do? Sport fishing project is another one that needs support as well. So anyway, thank you all for joining us. Like I say, if you do have questions that come up in the next couple of weeks, well, anytime during the summer, shoot me an email or give me a phone call, and I will be happy to work those through, talk those through there. Okay. Thank you all for joining us. Enjoy your summer and get some good work done.
Awesome.